Well, good morning. Welcome to the 8th, can't believe it's 8th already, BBB Symposium on Charity Effectiveness. My name is Claire Rosenzweig. I'm the President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau of Metropolitan New York, as well as its Education and Research Foundation. And again, for some of you who may or may not know, the BBB is in Metro New York is one of 112 Better Business Bureaus all over North America, in obviously Canada, and now including our very first BBB in Mexico, which is just starting this year. So we're very proud of that fact and very glad to have you as part of one of the lines of business, which is the BBB Charity Review Program. And in fact, we have somebody from the Wise Giving Alliance with us today, Bennett Weiner. Today's program will address a critical issue, leadership strategies for greater results. We have an amazing lineup of speakers, as you all know, because you're here to hear them. And I'm excited to hear what they have to say today. By the way, we do encourage live tweeting. And thanks to Baruch, we have, they're hosting our Wi-Fi today, so thank you, Baruch. The login code is BBB, all lowercase. And the live tweeting hashtag is hashtag BBB Charity. So please, feel free to tweet away. Two of our BBB standards for charity accountability say that charities should evaluate their effectiveness at least every 2 years. That is one reason why, just one, but one reason why we do this program, which focuses on those two standards within our 20 standards of charity accountability. As I do with every single program, I really would like to take a moment just to thank everybody, because these programs, as you all know, don't just happen. There was a lot of planning, a lot of effort that goes into putting this event together today. So first, our deep thanks go to our sponsors, because frankly, without them, this would not be possible. Our program today is made possible through the support of American Express. Richard Brown is here today. Thank you, Richard. Emblem Health, Karen Chaikin is here today. New York Community Trust, we have reps from them here today. And United Way of New York City. Leaders from each of our sponsors are here with us, and again, they would be most happy, I'm sure, to speak with all of you. It's my pleasure as well to thank the Center for Nonprofit Strategy and Management at the Baruch College School of Public Affairs. Come on in, just anywhere. This is the 7th time that they're hosting us, and this is such beautiful space. So, Dean Birdsell, thank you. We really appreciate this. Not only do they provide us the space, but Dean Birdsell and his colleagues here help us with the program content. And we really appreciate that, as well as the support of the space. Our fantastic program committee worked closely with us to plan the content and to invite our distinguished speakers today. And I do want to read their names, even if it does take a moment, because all of them are worth your attention for this fact, if not for many, many more. But Ronna Brown from Philanthropy New York, Richard Brown, American Express, Valerie Reardon of Emblem Health, Mark Castle from BNY Mellon, Jack Krauskopf from the Baruch College School of Public Affairs, Hilda Polanco of Fiscal Management Associates, who's also one of our foundation board members, Miguel Bonilla from the New York City Department of Youth and Community Development, who'll be here, Pat Swan from the New York Community Trust, who'll be joining us in a little while, Lauren Miller from United Way of New York City, David Oakhorn from the Long Island Community Foundation, he is also on our foundation board, and Charlie Whelan from the Whelan Group, who is also here. In fact, I said hello to him earlier. There he is. Hi, Charlie. This year, we're thrilled to have 18 organizations, more than ever before, collaborating with us to spread the word about this event taking place. Thanks to them, many of you heard about this event. So we really, again, can't do it without them. So we really appreciate it. We do invite all of you to check out our events table over there, because again, the representatives from our cooperating organizations, I'm sure, would be very happy to meet you and discuss their mission, their cause with each of you. We also thank our 2014 supporters. I'm not going to name all of them, but they will be scrolling on the screen in back of me, and there is information in your kits. And of course, last but certainly not least, is the BBB staff and our volunteers. Luana Lewis, I have to call her out. She's an amazing woman, and she really is the focal point for putting this program together. She manages the BBB Charity Review Program and does so much more. So thank you, Luana. Walter Brewster here, our Senior VP of Operations, and many of our other staff. In fact, all of our staffers and volunteers, you want to raise your hand for a second? If they're in this room, they're probably all up front. But if you need anything, just ask. We're happy to help. In your packets also, you'll find evaluation forms. We put this program together with your input, so do be sure by the time you leave today to put your pen down to the evaluation forms and let us know what you think. We really do read that. And index cards. The index cards are there for you to write questions. During our programs, as you know, we don't use open mic, but we do ask you to write your questions down. We'll gather them up, and we give them to the moderator, and we get through as many as we can. Now, the other thing, we were very, very happy. I just don't know if he's here yet. Mr. Sheehan? I don't. Okay. I had the pleasure of meeting our new Charities Bureau Chief, James G. Sheehan, about a week and a half ago, where I believe he's planning to be here today. But just in case he doesn't, I just want to make sure you all know James Sheehan, our new Charities Bureau Chief, had a very positive meeting with him already, and we really look forward to continuing our work with him. Our program is completely sold out today, so I can add, just be sure that you're leaving the seats next to you available, so then when other people come in, they'll have a place to sit. And again, please Twitter away, hashtag BBB Charity. And of course, thank you to Baruch for the Wi-Fi. It's now my pleasure to introduce our host, David Birdsell, to the podium. David is Dean and a professor at the Baruch School of Public Affairs. And in turn, Dean Birdsell will introduce our opening speaker, Commissioner Bill Chong. So with that, Dean Birdsell.
Thanks so much, Claire. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Baruch College. It's great to see you here. Your first tweet could be at "Oh my God, what a long line," hashtag wait. But we'll make things better once we're up here. It is terrific to be here again with the Better Business Bureau on this very important series of programs. One of the reasons you see so many more partners coming on board is that people recognize the value of coming together with senior leadership in this community to think through some of the most pressing problems and some of the most tantalizing opportunities facing us today in a challenging, dynamic, and rapidly changing environment. And as I look at what we're thinking about with impact today, I see a lot of opportunity to talk about a wide range of issues and how we do the work that we do. At one level, I think that we can all agree that impact has to be at the core of our thinking all the time. If we don't know what we're doing, where we're making a difference, and how we measure the ways we make that difference, well, what are we doing? Are we just getting up and going to the office and kind of going through the motions every day? These are not, by the way, uncomplicated questions, because exactly what we see depends to a large extent on where we sit. Is a family in a homeless shelter an indication of success at keeping people off the streets, or is it an indication of failure to get people housed? These are questions that are not simple to answer. We'll have have very, very thoughtful people talk about those and many more throughout the day as we try to think about what these things matter. But I must say that I get a little concerned sometimes when I hear the term impact, and by the way, the fact that you'll see our banners and logos saying, "How will you impact the world?" has nothing to do, purely coincidence, and it is, as the Oxford English Dictionary likes to sneer, use in the verbal format common in North America, happily not in Europe and on the blessed Emerald Isle. But in any case, when I hear the word impact used basically as a substitute for the word scale, okay, scale, that we don't have to worry about that. You're affecting 3 or 4 families. There's no scale there. Why should we worry about doing that particular thing? In medicine, we want to do the research that will stamp out a disease. We're less concerned in some way with actually what happens to individual patients. A brief anecdote, then a word of thanks of my own, and we'll get on to the first major speaker in the program. Those of you who read the New York Review of Books religiously may have seen an article in the last episode in the last issue by Arnold Relman. He's a very distinguished member of the Harvard medical faculty. He's been on the Mass General surgical team for over 50 years now. Remarkable. He's 90 years old. In the fall, he fell down a set of stairs and broke his neck and went to the emergency room. And they realized that he was about to die. They sent him to the ICU. They intubated him. They put this massive collar on him. And there are pictures of him sitting in the ICU working with his wife on the galleys of his latest article. And part of me is saying, what an amazing human being. And the other part of me is saying, thank God he's not my father-in-law. But in any case, what Relman says in looking, he's reflecting on this experience of being in the ICU and almost dying at his hospital, right? He's at Mass Gen, and he's thinking about the quality of care and reflecting on it. One of the most distinguished medical researchers in the country and one of the loudest and most influential voices on health policy says in the last sentence of the article, what really mattered was the nurses. I had never understood this. When nursing is not good, health care, patient care cannot be optimized. Well, duh. This is something, I think it's really remarkable. Somebody who spent his life in a hospital, but never on his back. Right? Now on his back, understands the importance of the simple things. Gigantism isn't necessarily the answer, but making sure that we make the differences that matter is important, and that's what we're talking about today. I too want to thank our sponsors. I want to thank all of our collaborators, and once again the BBB, and I wish you a wonderful day.